Hello and welcome to another update video about INJ. INJ is still likely in its fifth wave here to the upside. It's a chart that is likely in some kind of a diagonal here to the upside, most likely I'd say in a wave one. In this wave one, we completed already a first wave in August last year, a wave two in December last year. The third wave rally unfolded into March, April. Then a wave 4 correction. Here it's a little bit unclear if this was actually an ascending triangle or some kind, well, probably not an ascending triangle, but an Elliott wave triangle, or just a wave 4 ended here as a simple corrective ABC structure. I'm starting to lean to the idea that it was not a triangle. The proportions are just not right for a triangle. And that also gives me a little bit more structure to work with, because that would assume that we are now in this fifth wave to the upside. And in the fifth wave, we'd be looking at an ABC structure. Why? Because it's a corrective move up, okay? So we're dealing here with a diagonal, which means that any subwave basically is an ABC structure. So it's good to see that we already seem to have an A wave in place. The B wave, which bottomed on the 11th of September likely, at around $6.40. And if we're now in the C wave to the upside, then we have to just pay attention to, first of all, a fourth wave and a fifth wave. Because at the moment, it seems like we only have 3 waves up in wave C. But we need 5 waves to at least have an understanding that this is starting to get to its end. At the moment, there are no 5 waves yet. And I can really only tell you that we have basically that we get exhausted here. Or, no, not get exhausted, but structurally that we have fulfilled minimum expectations for this move up once I see 5 waves. Now, okay, it can always break early, okay, but to have a reliable structure, I need to see 5 waves up. Be aware that from an extension point of view, the entire move up has fulfilled minimum expectations already, actually. So it's just not on the microstructure, it's not very visible yet. Up here, okay, but overall we've got 5 waves up. We have an ABC structure in wave 5, and we have reached the target zone basically. I mean, these dotted lines, they are Fibonacci extension levels and resistance levels that are, you know, basically showing us some targets that we defined in previous updates, okay, starting with $16.80, which was reached already. No, not 16.80, 1 second, 16.50 it was here, this level. I mean, what else can we define any other targets? Well, look, we defined here this previous resistance area. Then we had a bit of resistance here around $21.50. I think that was a fib level, and then the all-time high at basically $28. So it can always extend higher, and there is basically no way of saying how high it will go. It will go as long as it goes, and it has to get exhausted first. There's no exhaustion visible, and that's one of these situations in which, you know, sometimes people wait for pullbacks. I can tell you that the cryptos, they sometimes just extend higher than you would think they do. So all we can do when we have fulfilled minimum expectations, or when we have identified that the minimum expectations have been fulfilled, what we can do is typically we just add support. So support is typically after a first AB setup or 1-2 setup was done. It's typically the 50% retracement level. So that means at the moment, the focus can be on higher against $11.45. That's the 50% fib level. If that level breaks, it would be a first suggestion that this rally is getting to an end and is getting exhausted, and maybe that the turning point has already happened and the pullback in wave 2 is starting. Until then, the next levels to watch are $21.40 and $27.76. Yeah, that's my update about INJ. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.